fine. It's El Matador. Yeah, had a very long day, full-time job. Football was on the plan, so we visited the real pitch and came home a few minutes ago. And now we will train for the next eFootball match day. Hope you will enjoy. See you guys.
Hi guys, I'm SR Stifler. I'm a pro player of AS Roma esports. Today I am at cafe having breakfast. I'll show you. After go to training for the next match day. We need to get point for the knockout stage. See you on the eFootball channel. See you in Barcelona, guys. Dai Roma.
Well, thanks to both El Matador and Stifler for their messages, of course, speaking to the fans and saying, you know, we're up for this. Bit disappointed Stifler didn't bring us any croissants or coffee from his cafe breakfast he was having there, but we'll maybe forgive him for it if he can put up a good performance today. These two clubs, though, in similar positions of the league, but they have quite a big disparity in terms of points, don't they? At this point, we need Inter to pick up points to keep themselves alive and in the hunt going into the next match day against AS Roma, who find themselves in a position very precarious right now. They don't want to be in that fight coming to the final match day. They want to find themselves, as we always say, Wes, with a seat when the music stops.
Absolutely, indeed. In the world of eFootball and the world of the eFootball Championship Pro, it is those final six positions. So, I caught a little bit of yourself and Semra talking about Manchester United and their disappointment. I think reality for them, certainly, they'll just want to be in that top six. And I think this is the exact same for these two teams. They will want to make sure that they are in that top six by the end of Matchday 7. And again, this game here in particular is particularly important because, again, if you're looking at Inter, you're looking to try and take points away from those around you. And as I briefly mentioned in the last game that we watched, Inter have Monaco on the final match day. So that in itself, this is that carrot you would dangle in front of people and say, come on, you can come and get some points now. Of course, on the other side of the coin, you do have Roma, who have a little bit stuttered in terms of the way that they have gone about their business within the eFootball Championship Pro, but on their day are able to pull out supreme performances. Of course, you can see on your screen here, Arda on the left, Stifler on the right to start us off here, which is an intriguing little battle between these two.
Yeah, we can take a look at some of their performances so far this season in terms of form. We're looking at Arda Galazzo. He's got 5 points to his name thus far for Inter, and actually 5 of Inter's 6 points they've only been able to garner so far. So keeping it as things are, sending him out first. That's usually the way that Inter goes. And then on the Roma side, you've got Stifler, 6 points to his name. 3 of those, of course, thanks to the infringement from Sassinho of AC Milan on the last match day. So since his win on match day 1, he's had a bit of trouble finding results on the virtual pitch. This, potentially for Stifler, could be a chance to get himself really firing as we enter the business end of the season.
Absolutely, it can. And this is what we say about these teams. They have to have some type of almost fire beneath them to get them going. They need to have something. Yes, it's all well and good having very good performances during the regular season, but if you started to kind of tail off towards the end of that season, you could find yourself in trouble. Now is the time that you need these players, all of them, to step up and give performances, because this is where it really matters. Because again, yes, we may look at it at the moment where Inter have got 6 points. They could have 15 by the end of this game if they are able to pull off a 3-game victory. Also on the other side of things, Roma, if they pull off 9 points, they're level with Bayern Munich, who haven't played yet. So there's such is that swing that you can see because of how much value is on each of these games.
And of course, we'll remind you throughout the show, first of all, to keep an eye on the eFootball website as well as all the socials. You can see them on your screen throughout the show. Make sure you keep an eye on those. But we'll remind you throughout this match in particular, match number 2, we need to see Inter pick up points. Otherwise, they're leaving their fate in the hands of other clubs. If they don't pick up any points, flat out cannot make the knockout stages. They will be the first club eliminated from the competition. The question is, does that put more pressure on Inter, or does that maybe say, you know what, nothing to lose at this point.
I think it has a freedom aspect. For me, if it was me looking at this from an FC Inter perspective, it's an element of freedom. You have to be able to go, do you know what? Expectations all out the window. Let's just go. Let's go and give out your absolute best, you know, and see where we go from there.
Well, we're underway. FC Inter taking on AS Roma. Arda, Galazzo and Inter from right to left. Çalhanoğlu is looking to feed Correa here, and this could be an early chance for Inter. And AS Roma's Stifler attacking the other way, and now he's got a chance. Paulo Dybala against Bastoni. Oh, lovely footwork there. And still alive for Kamara, has blasted it wide. What an opening 5.
Arda had so many players over there to play that pass to. Just couldn't find a player. Instead tried to go for the near post strike, maybe to read a manual goalkeeping that never came. And then down the other end, Stifler having opportunities to start with. This, as we said, has the ability to be that sleeper hit that we thought it might just turn out to be.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I think we're oftentimes a little bit critical of AS Roma and Stifler and Gagliardo potentially not matching the efforts of Irma. I'll come back to that as Dybala tucks it home. The commentary curse has cursed Inter as Stifler fires it home and puts Roma into the lead, 1-0.
Yeah, big goal to start us off here. Again, wonderful find from Dybala. Finds it in there beautifully with that left foot of his. Controlled strike goes into the back of the net. And all of a sudden, that gives Roma a platform to build on.
Well, the point I was going to make before Stifler rudely interrupted me with that goal was that although we're quite critical, when you look at Stifler's form, I mean, all of his games fairly close apart from Matchday 2 when he came up against Uzmakabil. Most of his losses fairly unfortunate, fairly close margins, just a goal in it. And now we will see what he can do with a lead. Correa with the double touch. Spinazzola with some good defending.
It's a very deep defensive line there from Roma. The longer that ball takes to get forward, the more time they have to get back in number. And again, having the likes of Smalling and Ibanez to call on from Roma's side of things, their physical presence is that you don't want to let them get set in their ways.
Of course, we mentioned Stifler's form thus far. Arda's had a decent time of it too. I'll come back to that as he's building now. Correa looking to find Lukaku. He's taken some decent scalps thus far. A 1-0 win against Ostrobuc of Arsenal on Matchday 2, and then 2-2 draws on Matchdays 3 and 4 against Barcelona's De Palma and Bayern's München. So he knows he can hang with the best of them for now. Stifler can't make anything of the cross. Dybala to the feet of Abraham. Brozovic intervenes. It's been a fairly even period of play since the goal. Now Arda's coming forward. Martinez. Correa, Çalhanoğlu come back from an offside position. He has indeed. The linesman spotted that one, and possession will turn over.
Yeah, it looks as though it's just settled down a little bit into a bit more of a rhythm. No team really seems to be in the ascendancy as it stands at the moment. Obviously, with the goal lead removed from that, it seems to be a fairly even game at the moment.
Yeah, we sense this could be a very nervy affair between these two Italian clubs. Of course, Inter need to start picking up those points. As it stands, they're cut adrift at the bottom of the table, but 9 points available on the table today. As with every match day. Means that could well change. Correa to Calhanoglu. That's a misplaced pass though, and there's some groans here in the auditorium as Pellegrini now brings the ball forward. Martinez goes for the strike from distance, and the deflection was wicked.
Could have gone anywhere.
Still a corner to come from this.
Yeah, you can see it. Again, what's impressed me so far with Arda, it's the ball movement, the ability to move the ball. Sure, there's been a couple of misplaced passes to be expected when you're under a bit of pressure and you're under that spotlight. But overall, seems to be moving this ball very, very well indeed.
Still alive for Inter. Back to Brozovic. This is patient from Arda, but as you said, that Roma back line so deep. We're almost at half-time here in game one. Ball has stayed in play for large majority of that time. Calhanoglu tries to find Correa. But the ball will trickle over the halfway line, and I think unless Dybala can make anything of this against DiMarco, this will be the first half in the books. Roma 1, Inter 0. Stifler, the much happier of the two men there on the stage.
Still all to play for. Still all to play for. From both sides of the field here, you could easily make an argument for Roma extending the lead. You could easily make an argument for Inter getting one back.
You certainly could. Always interesting to see. Again, I know you like to watch the virtual pieces of the puzzle. I like to see the matter on the stage. Arda and Captain Merriman, of course, one of the most experienced men we have here in the competition, advising one of the youngest, if not the youngest, in Arda. See if the words of advice have been put into practice here. Chance for an attack with Martinez up against Ibanez. This is patient from Arda, trying to unlock that back door.
Stubborn defending again for Roma.
It's as you said early on, they're so far back that the longer you take to try and unlock that door, the more it stays shut.
It's like giving people the time to just build the defence. You know what's coming from Arda. You know it's going to be some type of passing combination that's going to try and unlock the defence. But again, if you manage to stick a player in the way, then all of the rest of it becomes completely mute. And see Barella come forward here. It just needs to be moved forward a little bit quicker.
Yeah, this could be the chance for Arda. Martinez, Lukaku and Correa continued his run. Kamara giving chase. Is the goalkeeper going to come for this? He will. Attacking output for Stifler since the goal. Certainly slowed down a bit.
Just a little bit. This is the danger, though. If you invite players back into the game and not effectively killing a game off, it presents its own problems.
But the hour mark has come and gone. The score remains here in game one. Roma 1, Inter 0. The situation remains the same for Inter. They need points from this match day. Martinez. Oh, Correa is open in the box. The defence is quick to arrive, though. Chris Smalling. Important intervention. Correa back heel looking for Lukaku. One back here. Martinez, Çalhanoğlu, Lukaku. Oh, again Chris Smalling, but he's dwelled on the ball, and look at the blue shirts here. Correa! Just dwelled on the ball a little too long. This is good sustained pressure though. Can Stifler hang with the heat? He can indeed. But it will come right back at him here. Or will it? Final 15 in-game minutes, by the way. Lukaku against Smalling, against Patricio. Manual save. Almost too close to the goalkeeper to do anything about it.
I've regressed into watching this as a fan. It's end-to-end stuff, and I'm sat here with my head in my hands saying, how did he not score?
Stifler with an unforced error, just gets the pat on the shoulder from Captain Irma there. Order has the bit between his teeth here. Correa won't get there. But 10 in-game minutes. It's been one-way traffic this second half. But for inter-season, they need goals to go in. Çalhanoğlu. Correa, oh, he's been hacked down there. The referee says no foul. Correa to the waiting Brozovic. Martinez. Ibanez steps in. Stifler just can't get out here. Still in the lead though. Correa dwelled on the ball. Defensively pretty strong so far. Çalhanoğlu inside with the strike. Again hits the defence. What stoppage time is there to come? Can't be too long. The ball stayed in play. Only 1 minute. This ball needs to go quickly. And as Martinez stayed on side, the referee's assistant says no. And Stifler has secured a huge 3 points here for AS Roma. A big win for Stifler. And for Roma. For Inter, the misery continues. And that was about as compelling as a 1-0 game as we're going to see this season, because, as you said, you were watching it almost as a fan at this point. I couldn't take my eyes away. I know that's my job as a commentator.
I had become a complete passenger at that point because it was so engrossing, because there were so many opportunities. We're going to see them again. Opening minute of the game. Correa hits the post. You can see Merriman knows how vital that was going to be, and instead Dybala comes down the other end. 10 minutes gone, and that's the only goal that we saw, and the rest of it was just rear guards. The rest of it was defensive play and defensive clearances, and again then there was chances that came and went for Inter to get themselves into this game, and I'm sure we'll see them again here. 38 minutes gone there. Brozovic into Martinez. Stunning strike, deflected, then could have gone anywhere. There were so many chances to call on. We can flip this one here, the narrative as well, Wes. We can flip it in that Stifler, essentially, for 80 in-game minutes, had defending to do, and he held so strong. Shushes the crowd, shushes the haters. And when you send a player out
first. You're asking them to go out there and get you a result. Stifler has done just that. It's not been the season he would have wanted in terms of results. However, that is a big 3 points.
Yeah, it's a massive 3 points. And again, it kind of puts a little bit of daylight between them and FC Inter. Now, crucially, Monaco have already played. It now puts them 1 point behind Monaco in terms of being 5th and 6th respectively. AC Milan, of course, still yet to play, 4 points behind Roma. So again, try and keep yourselves up to date at home, folks. I'm sure we'll see graphics that will come across and we'll show you all of the different ramifications that these games are having across the table. But we will try and keep you as up to date as humanly possible as we see Merriman versus Irma, both former teammates, of course.
Yeah, of course, if you think back a couple of seasons ago when Irma really burst onto the scene after the Euro 2020, taking Romania all the way to the semi-finals, then Merriman, already in this competition, said, you know, why don't you come and play for us, Irma? You're pretty good at this game. Now find themselves on either side of the stage, facing one another. It's almost like it writes itself, this competition.
It's almost poetic is what it is in terms of this, because again, the reality is here. If Irma pulls off a positive victory here for Roma, it could really put his former teammate in big trouble here.
Well, it could. We're underway once again. Game 2 between Inter Milan and AS Roma. Merriman versus Irma. Very much the same situation for Inter. You need points to stay alive in this competition for now, though. Dybala goes straight for goal. All eyes were looking at the man over on the far side, but Roma had different ideas.
Yeah, you see, it's Dybala who is their open option, as it were. Whenever they are attacking, Roma will be looking to him to be the catalyst. You see, he tried to go near post, tried to outthink his opponent with the goalkeeping situation. Instead, Merriman didn't enact it, and as such, just gets parried out for a corner.
Dybala with the corner, looking for Abraham. Found him, but just over the bar. We look at these two players' seasons so far. Irma really the main breadwinner, so to speak, in terms of points for AS Roma. He's got 8 points to his name. And one of very few undefeated players so far. Of course, missed Matchday 4. So perhaps an asterisk in that column, but either way has been a steady stream of points for AS Roma. They'll be hoping the captain can step up here again in game 2.
Yeah, absolutely. He will certainly look to keep that record going. He's not the type of player that wants to sit back and hope for the best. He will try and put his best foot forward. We'll take this game to FC Inter.
2 wins and 2 draws for Roma in the competition so far. And this is lovely build-up as Abraham has only Handanovic to blame. That was beautiful build-up, and we saw an emotional reaction because I think Irma was thinking about goal of the match day with that one.
It may have been, as you can see. Gamelin very much there. He knows that the opportunity was there. It's a brilliant save from the goalkeeper.
Corner now. Oh, Abraham's there, and Abraham scores. Wide open as everyone was drawn to the ball at the far post. The Englishman's there, heads it home. 1-0.
You can't leave a predator like Tammy Abraham lying about. It's like, it's brilliant. Again, it's delivering a ball to the back post. Again, all of that attention is going straight back there to clear the ball. Instead, they've left it completely unmarked there. It's a very easy tap-in for the Englishman. Very easy tap-in for Irma. They'll be happy enough to take a 1-goal lead here.
Oh, the reliable source of points for Roma. It's proving reliable again here in game 2. Abraham, Pellegrini.
Very well to keep that in, did Pellegrini.
Opens our scoring in the opening 15. And truth be told, Irma has had his handprint, or should I say his footprint, all over this game. Still time though. Of course, we've mentioned Irma's form, but Merriman has been free scoring. I'll come back to that as Mkhitaryan into Martinez! A wonderful equaliser! And a great reply, and it's the reply that Inter needed. 1-1 now.
Brilliant, stunning pass across the box. And again, you were just talking about Merriman's goal-scoring capabilities. We also have to take a little bit into account of the unlucky nature that he's had in some of his games. In terms of just being a goal here, last-minute goals. Instead, this is a brilliant find from Mkhitaryan. Again, Martinez sweeps that home. And that will be tonic for the soul for FC Inter fans and for Merriman.
Of course, we always mention it, he's in the top 10 leading goal scorers league-wide with only 1 point to his name. That's Abraham! Something tells me there's going to be goals in this one. 21 minutes gone, 3 already, and Irma reinstates his lead. 2-1.
Instant reply from Irma. Again, really good work to find that ball into the box, and sure, you can see it again here. Just that almost mesmeric passing that we'll see. It's just touch, pass, go, dummy, super cancels, everything thrown in there, all in one. And again, it's that man again, Tammy Abraham. It's the wrong side of Skriniar. It opens up the first time strike, and Abraham scores his second.
It's almost a fight in a phone booth at the back, Dave. He's navigating such tight alleyways to get that one away. As you said, Skriniar just caught short there. Irma's 8th of the season. Sees Roma back in control. And if these players will let us talk narrative for just a second before scoring another goal, Merriman only 1 point to his name so far, despite being free scoring. So Inter need points, and they need it to come from their leading goal scorer. And the method in which some of his losses have come, I mean, look back, 4-3, 3-2, it's small margins. Inter could be in a very different position had things gone differently for this man this season.
Yeah, absolutely. It's those finest margins. You know, we saw back-to-back match days where we saw last-minute winners against Merriman.
Oh, Çalhanoğlu might find Martinez there. Dybala. Guzens has Pellegrini to deal with, but Skriniar this time alert to the danger. Mkhitaryan lets it run. Back to him now on the far side, but good defending by Irma. Kamara, Pellegrini, Abraham again for the hat-trick! It's a fantastic 3 for AS Roma. It's misery for Inter. They need points, and this one just seems to be slipping away. 3-1 now.
Yeah, again, you can just see the build up there. Double touch that allows that crossfield. Neat knockdown, really quick passages of play. It's kind of what we were asking for Rada in the first game. Move that ball quicker, get it moving. And as such, Irma saying, yeah, we'll take that piece of advice, and yeah, we'll just score 3 here with Tammy Abraham. pours more salt into the wound of FC Inter.
Yeah, just a quick glance across at his former captain as well. Not sure if you caught that on the replay, just to see. I'm sure there's no bad blood there.
As we said, they are friends off the console, but the minute you come through that tunnel, all friendships are cast aside.
Competition is fierce here. Dybala with a strike from range. Who did this come off last?
We're ready to find out.
I think it will be a corner here. Didn't quite catch who it came off, but you can see the stats there. 7 shots from Roma. The output from Irma, I think that's what he brings to the table, and it's a reason that AS Roma have been so formidable. 7 shots in the first half alone.
Well, he's up to 9 now in terms of his goal-scoring capability, Irma. And don't forget, of course, as you rightly pointed out, Mr. Matchday through no fault of his own. Of course, the Mother Nature deciding to dump a load of snow. He has certainly brought the rain here today.
Corner to come, Matic! It's snuck in! To make it 10! I think everyone was expecting the man at the near post to deal with or get something on that one, but Matic just fires it home. A bullet header. No one picks him up. And it's 4 now.
Well, I think, if anything, you're anticipating a potential flick on, as we sometimes see at the near post. Instead, it's that Serbian colossus, that is Nemanja Matic, who headers it home for 4-1.
Well, this is silky. Following the goal. And it's a result that, if it stays as is, would see Roma jump above Monaco. As we said before, Irma, undefeated season so far. Has had some results that are not to be scoffed at whatsoever. Going toe-to-toe with the likes of Jose.
Cast it forward, just a thought forward for Matchday 7. Roma have Barcelona, so they will need these points. They will need all of them here, just to ensure or try and make it as easy as they can to get through in that top 6.
Might be 5 before the half here. Pellegrini just taking his time. Oh, it's a bit of stick or twist at the corner. We saw Matic from the last one. Instead of going for that flick on. Go straight for goal. Looking for Abraham this time. Danger not dealt with, Dybala. Is dispossessed, and I think that one will spell the final action of the first half. 5 goals between the 2 Italian clubs here in game 2 in the first half alone.
Yeah, see just a recap of a couple of them here. He knows how important that was. So did Merriman. They are off again here, I believe.
Now you see the stage. Players wasting no time. Merriman not for the first time this season with work to do. We'll be hoping a little bit of the last-minute drama will favour him this match day. For Inter's hopes, he really needs it to. Here's your league table. Inter still at the root of the table. Just 6 points. Roma coming forward, but dispossessed. Dybala from distance into the hands of Handanovic. And one thing I do like about watching Irma play, it's been the same since 2020 when he really first caught our eye. He'll happily play the first time one-touch game, but then all of a sudden can just sneak a strike out of nowhere that just catches you off guard.
Yeah, he doesn't stand on ceremony, does that, Matt?
Here's Dybala, likes dribbling with him.
Very much a player. If you can keep him isolated and quiet within this Roma setup, it will go a long way to you having a positive result against them. The issue is, of course, just trying to keep him quiet in the first place.
Ibanez clear. Look at the green grass for Pellegrini to run into here. Are there any options in support? Paulo Dybala's the only one. We've just not really seen Merriman at the races here since his goal. There is still time, but they need to start going in for him. Lukaku giving chase here. But the defender really well placed. Lukaku in behind, stayed onside. Martinez inside to Çalhanoğlu, and Lukaku has just lost his footing there. I mean, it's been a clinic really from Irma.
Yeah, it really has. He's just, again, gone about his business effectively and it's just completely taken away the game from Merriman and potentially the hopes of FC Inter staying in this competition.
Approaching the final 10, I think Irma will be just thinking about extending the lead and, of course, closing the gap in the goal-scoring charts. Always at a disadvantage having missed a match day, but no doubt he'll be up there after this one. Martinez, Lukaku! Now hang on a minute, because there's still time on the clock, and I said Merriman likes a last-minute bit of drama here in this competition.
He does, but he's normally on the receiving end of it. But great finish again, great build-up from him. Certainly not going down without a fight here.
It's another one to the tally, his 12th of the season. But the emotion shows that for all those 12 goals he's had, only 1 point to his name thus far, unless his fortunes can change here. He's only got less than 10 in-game minutes to go in order for that to happen.
Take a comeback of epic proportions here.
Will that have angered Irma, I wonder? Belotti, Abraham combining, and again to make it 5. The 1, 2, 3, 4 between Belotti and Abraham makes it 5. Roma 5, Inter 2.
Again, where most players would have pulled the trigger with Belotti, instead turns it back inside to the easiest of tap-ins for Tammy Abraham. As much as we've spoken about Dybala being one of his go-to players, Tammy Abraham's certainly worth his weight in gold at this moment in time. Yeah, he knows.
He enjoyed that one. He's been playing some really good eFootball today. A little bit of flair about Irma. Goal number 11 for him, and he's chasing 12 here as Abraham's in again to compound the Inter misery. Nemanja Matic, Pellegrini, Paulo Dybala, and Skriniar is there.
He's just trying to clear it forward. Here's Merriman, here's Mkhitaryan.
Correa now would just be a mere consolation at this point. And there we have it, Roma 5, Inter 2. A wonderful game of eFootball, but not what Inter fans would like to see. 2 more to Merriman's tally, but once more, no points coming his way.
I think looking at it from a stats point of view, I'm fairly sure with that result, that is Inter out of the competition.
Well, I'm not sure about that, because we do have AC Milan on 15 points. So if Inter can get anything out of this game from El Matador, they keep it within the realms of possibility. Of course, as we take a look over the highlights, as we dive into a bit of the intricacies of the league table a little bit later on, there is a chance, but Inter's goal difference is so one-sided that it is unlikely.
So you're saying there's a chance?
The slimmest of chances.
As you said, that was a clinic there from Irma. Again, all free scoring. And a kind of almost a departure from what we saw in game 1 with Stifler. Stifler, 1 goal in the first 10 minutes, and it was defensive rearguard. Instead with Irma, it was very much putting everything into going forward. And took it away from Merriman.
As we take a look at some of the goals and, of course, the emotions that followed, I do wonder if Merriman's got a career in juggling, having caught that controller. I mean, it's a lot more tame than my reactions at home when I concede, let me tell you that much. But the goals just kept on coming. This was number 4 from Matic following the corner. Man at the front post just not really doing his job. And 6 points to Roma means they now leapfrog above AS Monaco in the table, up into 5th. They are just 3 points now behind Bayern in 4th.
Who are yet to play and have, I believe, it's AC Milan next to sandwich AS Roma here.
That they do, but for now, Inter's season hinges on a result from El Matador here. His opponent, of course, Gagliardo, the final man to step up for AS Roma. It's been a tricky season for him. His opponent has yet to secure a point. So there's a chance for Gagliardo, again, to use this as a bit of a springboard. He's proven that he can get results when he scores. It's just sometimes scoring becomes a little bit difficult to him.
Yeah, and that's it. It's where we are right now. There needs to be a result from El Matador. More importantly, for confidence, there needs to be a result from Gagliardo as well. So, yes, we can talk about what it means to each team, but to individuals, it probably means a lot too. You know, El Matador came in, I think it was Matchday 3, who came into proceedings for Inter, and again, just hasn't been able to get going. And Gagliardo, we just haven't seen that level from him yet.
Well, time will tell which of the 2 players on the stage will be happier come full time. For now, though, it's Roma versus Inter, round 3. 6 points so far from Roma. They'll be the far, far happier of the 2 clubs. It is Gagliardo versus El Matador. El Matador coming off of a Matchday 5 performance he'd like to forget. We'll no doubt talk about that in a little while. That's an inviting ball for Belotti to try and run onto. Dumfries on defensive duty. Yeah, 7-1 against Kilzu last match day was the real talking point. It's just slightly outclassed on that occasion, however. The mission remains the same. Get 3 points for Inter. Gagliardo's corner. Looking for Abraham, he's good in the air, and Pellegrini's there. Inter away. Problem with Roma is they have such threatening stature when it comes to corners. Abraham great in the air, Matic with his stature as well.
Yeah, they have so many weapons at the corner that, as we said earlier when we were talking about Monaco, set pieces are worth everything, especially when you can deliver a ball and win the second ball as well. It's not necessarily winning the initial ball, it's that second chance that you get as well. Roma, you know, I'd be kicking it for the corner and then just trying to win one, you know?
Of course, when that ball is delivered with such quality from Dybala, difficult to see how that's not a valid tactic. Of course, the majority of you at home thinking Inter can win this game. They certainly can. The question is, will they? As we saw in games 1 and 2, fairly open game so far. Almost 25 minutes gone. The game hasn't had a lot of stoppages. Abraham far side for Gagliardo. Skriniar runs that one out of play.
Wins the corner. I think he thought the pace that Abraham would get around Skriniar there, instead runs it out for a corner.
Dybala swings it in. Matic front post again. Belotti was waiting. That was Lukaku at the back there. Dybala, stunning delivery. Well, Matador's attempt at an attack. Çalhanoğlu to Lautaro Martinez. Ibanez stepping in, and it's gotten a little scrappy there around the halfway line. Çalhanoğlu. Barea heads it down towards Martinez. Might stay alive here for Inter, you know. Good tackle there from Pellegrini, and that might set Gagliardo away. There's no press coming just yet. Abraham, Belotti, double touch inside. No falling Bastoni. Pellegrini can't find Abraham. Dybala will recycle. Gagliardo with some good territory, but can't quite find that final piece of magic he needs. Could that change here? The answer's no.
It's so scrappy between these two teams. It's that last action that seems to be the most decisive one.
Martinez dispossessed, but Çalhanoğlu recovers. It's a double team to deal with, and Matic is just too strong in that area of the pitch. And well, Dybala round his man. Abraham galloping forward here as well. Could this be the first? No, he just doesn't connect with the ball. Good touch though from Belotti. Almost at half-time, by the way. Barella back to Martinez. Cleared by Roma. Gagliardo 0, El Matador 0. Inter season lies in the balance.
It does indeed. I think looking at it, it just seems to be more perilous as time goes on.
So here we go then. Second half underway. Game 3 between Internazionale and AS Roma. Abraham, Wijnaldum, Dybala starting the half strongly. Dybala with the corner, Matic up there again as Çalhanoğlu absolutely belts that one to the halfway line. Doing my best not to sound like a certain Scouse pundit when I try and pronounce Internazionale.
If you can't get it right, don't commit to
No,
it. That's the old rule.
The golden rule.
Certainly at this point, I mean, does a draw benefit Roma in your eyes here? Does a draw really benefit them given where they are in the league?
Certainly not sure. They'll be, of course, looking for all 3 points, but a point would be a lifeline to Inter. Belotti far side. Pellegrini. Inter on the charge. Not to the feet of Lukaku though. Roma free kick. Just looking for a little bit of quality from either of these two. Could really split the difference between them currently, and it could well decide exactly how this match is going to pan out.
Just having a listening in there, just to try and just sense the mood between both camps.
Both sides just seem to be a little frustrated. Well, I'm sure if you had told Roma, of course this is as things stand, that they would come into this match day and walk away with 7 points out of 9, they'd be fairly happy. Long ball to Mkhitaryan, real chance now for Inter, first of the game really for them. Barella! Off the woodwork.
That was a clean strike. As clean as they're going to come from Barella.
Just a warning shot, Lukaku. Just waiting for that run from Mkhitaryan. Is there a finish? Corner now.
Great challenge there. Just on the cover again. Really good patience there from El Matador. Just gets the right pass at the right time. Can't find the finish though as the covering challenge comes in from Gallardo.
Just waiting for this corner. Skriniar. Cleared away, and all of a sudden El Matador and Inter have started to come to life now in this second half. Wijnaldum. Gallardo just trying to take control of this game a little bit. one's overhit though into the hands of Handanovic, and well, final 20 in-game minutes now. Still 0-0. Mkhitaryan seems the outlet here for FC Inter. Smalling for company. Plays it short to Calhanoglu. Skips it nicely past Smalling, but the Englishman does commit a foul there. Opportunity here from the free kick, short to Guzens. Back to him now. Barella with a strike from range. Couldn't get it on target, it was always rising.
It was, and you get the sense here that if there is a goal to come, it's going to come from Inter. The way that El Matador is playing currently, that's looking to be where the goal is going to come from. And if it does come, that will change the complexion on its head at the bottom of that league table. It may not necessarily help out Inter, but it will certainly put Roma in a bit of peril.
Since the final 15 in-game minutes have not been kind to Gagliardo. His attacking output seemingly has fizzled out as once again Inter win the ball back. Calhanoglu. 3 blue shirts ahead of him, make it 4 now. Looking for Calhanoglu, takes it down, but the control too close to the keeper.
Just tired legs there, just a little bit of a tired touch. Couldn't get it under his spell completely.
It's going to come back at Roma here yet again.
It's echoes of that first game, just without the goal from Roma to mirror this.
Chance maybe for the release valve to be turned by Gagliardo, but once more possession swapping over to the other side. Falls nicely for Roma now, and Gagliardo, who can he find? Martinez. Into the last chance saloon now. For Inter, can El Matador be the hero? He can't find Lukaku. That might be the end of this game. As it crosses the halfway line, needs to go forward, but I think Abraham will get there first. And is there a chance for Roma to sneak the points, I wonder? The answer is no. Inter 0, Roma 0. It's a point back to Inter, but they needed much more.
Yeah, and again, looking at the maths of the table, that last 6th place occupied by Monaco on 20 points. Inter only sitting on 7 points after this game's festivity, so that does fortunately confirm our first team to exit the competition.
Well, it's always sad when we see our professionals here have to find themselves away from qualification, but that is the case here for Inter. Now mathematically impossible for them to make our knockout stages. They needed points from today. They came away with just the 1, and unfortunately not gonna do the business for them. An action-packed game across the 3. The last one, a 0-0 stalemate, and that's really what it was, because they were just cancelling each other out. There were opportunities from El Matador, from Gagliardo, Semra, but unfortunately, neither could find the breakthrough that either wanted, and it will end in Inter's, I don't want to say disqualification, but it's their mathematical impossibility now that sees them eliminated from our competition.
Unfortunately, considering they are 13 points adrift, there's only 12 more points in play for them in the final match day, so there is absolutely no way that they can find themselves in the knockout round. So we do have to unfortunately say goodbye to our first club. And what a season for them to forget, as well as debutants in the competition. Couldn't have gone much worse, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, not quite enough points accrued across all the match days.
Right, well, we can see here that the captain of Roma, Stifler, is with Wes right now. So why don't we cross over to them and hear what he has to say about such a successful outing for today as they move their way up the table.
Thanks very much, guys. Again, I'm here with Stifler. First of all, congratulations to you guys. 7 points from a possible 9. It wasn't quite max points, but pretty big performances from you guys.
Thank you, Wedza. Yes, 7 points, it's good. 9, it's better, but 7 for the knockout stage, it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, and talking about the difficulty that you had going up against Inter, it was an Italian derby. Did that factor into the kind of almost the mind games on stage?
Yes, it's very difficult because Italian team, and this is for Roma fans. Roma win and the best team of Italy.
And you've given yourselves a real fighting chance in staying in that top 6 bracket. I know that we'd mentioned previously before, you guys would always look to take maybe 4 points from a possible match day. Taking 7, though, is a pretty big statement.
Yes, it's very good. Now concentration for the focus for the next match day with Barca, and we go to the top 6.
Yeah, speaking of that match day, of course, you've got a pretty difficult match day ahead. I mean, it is the de facto league leaders at the moment in Barcelona yet to play today. Of course, knowing how good they are, do you guys feel that you can pull off a couple of shocks on that last day?
Yes, it's a very difficult match day. Inter for me is one of the best teams in this league. I play with Arda, very good player, but today we are at the level top.
Yeah, and of course, talking about Barcelona, of course, they're the players that you've now got to refocus your sights on. How are you going to take that into account going forward?
Yes, with Barca it's very difficult. We are very free-handed. We're training today, every day together, and it's a very difficult fight.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much for your time again. Congratulations to you and your teammates. Back to you guys.